Well, hello there, everybody, and this is a couple of minutes with Diablo 3. God, excuse me, I fucked that right up. Diablo 3 Xbox 360 edition. Now, because the hordes of hell are vast, I brought in a little bit of help.
Yes, straight from hell.
Straight from hell. So yeah, we've got you got Ben and Matthew here playing through the console edition of Diablo 3. It's been out for like a year on PC.
I cannot get over this rogue. This is weird. But yeah.
So yeah, we're playing as I'm playing as the witch doctor there, player 1, and you're playing as the wizard.
Yeah, the wizard, the mage.
Talking in old school terms. Now, right off the bat, I'll just get out of the way. I play the shit out of Diablo 3 on PC. So I know the game pretty well, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it on Xbox. And you've never played Diablo 3 up till now.
No, not on the PC, and well, not on the Xbox either. So.
But you played the hell out of Diablo 2.
Yeah, Diablo 2, I put hundreds of hours into it. So.
What's your like? My ability is just a blowpipe at this point.
I'm like Harry Potter here or something. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you should have called your character Harry.
You don't think Screen Dogs would?
No Screen Dog, yeah. It's nice and in keeping. Right.
Oh, he's easy on PC. Yeah, I don't know. Like the thing is, Diablo 2 was like I say, I spent loads of time on that, so it surprised me that it's took this long for me to play Diablo 3.
Well, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the PC edition.
I heard a lot of bad things when it first came out.
Yeah, the always online DRM, the fact that you had to sign into Battle.net all the time,
The auction house.
The auction house. I never really had a huge problem with the auction house because, as far as I was concerned, you didn't have to use it. But I can see why people might have had an issue about it.
So was the auction house just basically because you could buy items?
Yeah, basically, like I think one of the things that people loved about the original Diablo, at least, was that if you wanted to get geared, you had to play the game. Really.
Yeah, the loot, that was the best part.
Whereas Diablo 3, on the PC at least, you could just kind of go, oh, my weapon's a bit shitty now. There's 100 gold, or there's 10,000 gold. I think the economy's actually inflated to the millions at this point. Where you could just basically buy your gear and make the content a bit more trivial, and it kind of took the fun out of.
Yeah, I understand that because you can't really take pride in your gear anymore because nobody. Like, is there any indicator whether or not someone's bought it? Or...
No, it is literally like an MMO's auction house, and the real money auction house as well put a bad taste in people's mouths. I'm just going to skip through here. Basically, just as well to fill in the story, the kind of gist is that a star has fallen from the heavens for some unknown reason, and it's taken Deckard Cain.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Shit. I am glad we did not pick hardcore mode.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at my health there. I was just, How do I
oh God.
Resurrect at line.
Ally. Press Y.
Boom.
Yeah, you've got time left. 2, 3, 1. Oh, sorry, I'm counting up. It's counting down. There we go. I might have to change my control pad because something that's just apparent is the A button sticks on this.
That could be a problem.
Alright, so we've just leveled up to level 2. Fantastic. But have you noticed now we've got the right trigger unlocked for another ability? Oh, I summon lots of zombies.
Are we sharing experience like in a group?
Not really, because if you look, I'm actually a bit ahead of you.
Yeah.
But the fact that you stick together, you're forced to when you're sharing a screen, because we are playing local multiplayer at this point. But you pretty much are always on par with each other.
This like so far I'm impressed actually. This runs smooth.
Yeah, it's really smooth. That's one thing. The graphics aren't as pretty in the hold on, a bit of lore. These just for extra experience, really. It feels a bit of storyline. But it isn't as pretty, as the PC version, but it's not ugly as far. The PC version wasn't anything absolutely astoundingly beautiful. Anyway, it had a lovely style, and it's been largely translated over to the consoles. But the main thing is, it runs at a really steady frame rate, even in the most hectic of battles, and they do get hectic fairly quickly. It never really stutters or anything like that. I've never had any problems. The worst thing I can say about this is, and it's probably more down to either mine or people who are playing it internet connection, is that there's quite laggy at times online, but at the moment my connection is a bit up and down. I'm hoping to get a better one in the near future. So it could be down to me, I'm not sure, but then again...
What the hell is this?
Oh, Ice Beam! I think you freeze them and slow them down.
So does your MP or whatever just respawn?
Yeah, you basically got to balance using your abilities that don't use your arcane. I think wizards use arcane power.
Right. So there's no MP potions or...
No, there's health potions. When you need one, like a potion symbol will flash above your head, and just try to tap the left bumper.
How do you pick things up when loot drops?
You just go over them, press A. Now, I think when you're playing online, everybody gets their own loot, and you can just pick up what you want. But when you're sharing a screen, I think we have to actually like decide who gets it.
Because the one thing about Diablo 2, and I'm pretty sure this is accurate, is when you're online and you're in a big group, and say you kill Diablo or whatever, and he drops loads of loot.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, hint, you know.
Oh shit.
Like the loot is just a free for all. There is
Yeah.
no dice. There is no.
It's kind of a bit like what Borderlands was like then. Borderlands 2 even.
I think that's accurate. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
Because Borderlands 2 it didn't have any kind of prioritization system, which was probably one of its biggest flaws. Now, Diablo 3 on the PC and online on the consoles as well does have that kind of everyone gets their own loot, so you cannot steal other people's shit. But as I say, you couldn't really do that on a shared screen. Shouldn't skip over here. So you've got to kind of talk it over. But at the same time, I would think it's probably a less of a problem on like local co-op, because let's face it, if you steal something I really want,
punched, yeah.
I'm just going to lean over and smack you one. And plus, you know, you're going to be playing with people who you know, friends more than likely, so you're going to be able to communicate, and you're probably going to be more likely to cooperate than with some arseholes online.
Right, so how many people can you get in, like, say, one?
4. So you can have 4-player local co-op, or 4 people online, or a mixture of 2. Do you want to grab them plants, because I grabbed the last shirt.
Oh god, damage both plants. Ooh,
Just the shit, but they're better than nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll notice as well that because you've got nothing in them slots, it automatically puts them on you.
Can we just check the inventory screen a second?
Yeah, sure. Like, so if you press the back button,
Right.
it opens up the inventory screen.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
it's done all through radial menus, so that they're more suited to control pads, and every kind of slot on your body has a kind of menu. And if you say highlight your main hand weapon, which is the sword on the left hand side, your apprentice's wand is equipped, and then what you've got in your inventory is on the right hand side. Sorry, god damn, I'm getting that direction. Equipped on the right hand side, and the inventory's on the left hand side. And if you have stuff, they would appear there, and you can swap now. If you actually, I don't know if you've got any loot actually anywhere, it might not be.
No,
the best.
all the stuff I've picked up I've equipped.
But what you could do is, if you had something in the inventory, you could go into your inventory and then press X, and it would bring up like a comparison thing, so you could see the exact stats of the one you've got equipped and the one you've got in your inventory.
That's always useful.
I'll try and show that a bit later. But if you actually press the right bumper, you go into your skills menu. Now, the beauty of Diablo 3, at least I think it's great, because a lot of people have bemoaned this, but you have not got a set spec.
Right.
You can change up your abilities and their kind of magical properties on the fly. So as you level up, you'll unlock these abilities, and you'll unlock new buttons with new abilities, and eventually by the time you get hit about level 35, you've unlocked pretty much everything, more or less, and you've got to, you can play with it. But each button has about 4 abilities tethered to it, and you've also got 3 kind of passive ability slots at the bottom, which are kind of just passive buffs.
Yeah.
But you've got your face buttons and your right trigger, and each of these buttons have got 4 abilities you can map to them. And if you look underneath them, they've got skill runes as well.
Right.
And basically, each ability has up to 5 skill runes which change the properties of it. Okay. Say you've got one that just hits a single target. With the barbarian, one of your main abilities is called bash, which is literally you just bash the enemy with your weapon.
That sounds good.
And one of its kind of runes makes you able to stun enemies instead of just attack them. One of them lets you do double damage and stuff like that. It just adds a little bit more flexibility in the things. But at the moment, it's pretty limited. So,
so do you, with regards to runes, have you encountered any item runes or not?
No, they're all unlocked as you level up.
Right.
And they're not like one-use things. You can switch up these things as you want.
All right.
Nothing's fixed.
Yeah.
Which some people didn't like, because they thought, well, it makes no incentive to play a second character of the same class. But it adds, especially in the early levels when you're, especially in the early levels when you've got limited abilities, it allows you to switch between the ones you do unlock, and just adds a bit more variety. So what you saw there's the party screen just before, which lets you look through your other squad mates and inspect them. Yep. There's my King Willie. You've got your current quests, and you've even got a lore tab, which gives you a little bit of background on the things you might encounter, the monsters and the characters and other things like that, and the places. But
that's the kind of thing I would say I would read, but I probably wouldn't.
You're probably better off going to the Diablo wiki.
Yeah.
It's probably all there. But yeah, that's pretty much the menu screens.
That's quite handy.
They are good.
Yeah.
I didn't like them at first, but after about an hour or two, you get really fast with them, and it's really, really efficient. And if you come out, actually, and there's one thing as well, as you pick up loot, if you press up on the D-pad, sorry, that was a bad example, but next time we pick up some loot, I'll show you the quick loot system. Which is... that was really badass. Whereas like mine's like kind of this handy blowpipe.
Hey man, I'm the screen dog. What do you expect?
I mean, look at this shit. It's like doing nothing.
Oh, wow. Now I'm back to this bloody Harry Potter.
It's looking more powerful than it was.
What are these red things?
They're health.
Alright.
Be sure to pick them up.
Not health potions though, just...
No, just health globes.
That's alright. Tristram, oh my god, I'm getting...
Yeah, this whole like first act, there's 4 or 5 acts. No, there's 4 acts. Sorry, and the first act's all set in and around Old Tristram and the kind of Diablo 1 setting.
So is there a big lore, a big sort of story arc that sort of joins these Diablos together?
There is. But as I say, I think we kind of started talking about it and then got on a tangent. Basically, the kind of early story, at least, is that this star falls from the high heavens for some unknown reason.
But it's taking place after Diablo 2.
Yeah, this is as far. Oh, I think because I'm player 1, you're tethered to me.
No pressure.
But yeah, basically, it takes place. I think it takes place a significant time after Diablo 2, actually.
Right, because the story of Diablo 2 is a bit. I mean, there was a story there, but you don't really pay much attention.
It's kind of like that in here. You might enjoy it for what it is the first time round, but the fact that this game encourages you to play through it 4 times,
yes,
at least.
What is that? Different difficulties? No?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're playing on normal, so things are looking a bit basic at the moment. But hey, we'll level up again.
Yeah.
Things are looking a bit basic at the moment because we haven't got many abilities. Except we've just got a new one there. But the real game kind of starts. It sounds a silly thing to say. Oh, it's a hidden area, but it sounds a silly thing to say. But the real game starts in the second playthrough on Nightmare difficulty, where when you've got a lot of abilities, you can play around with your spec.
That was quite similar in Diablo 2, though.
Yeah. I think one of the differences between Diablo 2 and 3 is that Hell was the highest difficulty.
It was normal, like Nightmare, then Hell, yeah.
Yeah, well, in here, you've got Inferno on top of Hell.
How many acts are there? Because in Diablo
4.
2, yeah, there's 4, and we've got like 6 quests for each of these two anyway.
It's hard to tell, actually.
All these is your stuff, isn't it?
I'll take one. Do you want to take...
Oh, do you want to press the up button? Or
oh, yeah, right. I'll pick up some shit, because none of us are really going to use that stuff. But you press up. Basically, you can cycle through weapons that not just weapons, but gear you've recently picked up and see if you want to equip it on the fly, drop it, or just close the menu. Basically, it allows you to go through newly acquired gear without breaking up the flow of play.
Yeah, that's quite handy.
It's really, really good, especially on a shared screen. Because when you're playing online, it doesn't matter because it's your screen.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with 4 friends, you don't want to hold the other 3 people up on absolutely necessary.
There's one thing I've seen about this game, the one thing I've seen, is in the inventory, if you've got, say, some weapons or items that you think you're not going to use, that they're there, you can put them in the junk section.
Well, that's news to me.
That's news to you. It's the one thing I know.
God damn, I've got so many hours.
You can go and sell them. So, like, you pick up like an old rusty sword or something, and you think, oh, I'll keep it just for money.
I usually sell shit. Like, I don't normally drop it. A lot of people do, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just greedy. But one thing I've not noticed on this game, this version of the game, is there probably is, but I've never hit it, an inventory limit.
Right.
There definitely was on the PC version, but
there wasn't Diablo 2.
I've never hit it so far.
That used to be a nightmare in Diablo 2, right? So you kill like a big enemy and it drops some rare loot, and you don't realise your inventory's full, and there's a group of people playing. You'll spam out trying to pick it up, and it'll just throw it into the air and drop it down again. And then before you know it, everyone's throwing it all around, and it's part of the fun, though. I mean,
that's it. Stuff like that's kind of like the charm of these older games. And you know what? When we leveled up, we actually got new abilities. So I just want to have to check what mine are because I'm not really digging my blow pipe.
So when we're bringing up this inventory on the co-op mode, it'll freeze the game, won't it?
Yes.
But obviously online
it doesn't, unless you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So I got corpse spiders. I'm gonna throw corpse spiders at people.
That's better than that pretty shoot.
You've got something new as well. Click on it. Yeah. Shock pulse.
So that's
your Harry Potter one thing.
Look at that one.
And now you got shock pulse. Shock pulse sounds a lot more impressive than Harry Potter bollocks.
Yeah. Alright.
That looks much better.
That does. Sometimes it's not even about how much damage it does, it's just about
how cool it looks.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how effective these spiders are, but fuck it. Because, that's what you think to do when you're fighting, like, legions of the undead. Let's throw spiders at them.
But usually because you're fighting spiders as well. So.
This is going to get confusing as shit towards the middle of this chapter.
Oh, God. Bring out the ray gun. I can't even control it.
See, it's like, who do you attack? My spiders are there. You see them, like, female zombies who puke out other zombies?
Yeah.
I think, if memory serves, because I haven't really been paying attention, we have to kill them as part of, like, the mission. They're the ones causing all the undead to spawn.
Well, that's because well,
Now, call me forgetful, but did we go into that basement?
no, we didn't. I'm probably forgetful as well, so who knows?
No, this looks new.
Yep, Doc's that.
Dark Cellar number 63.
So how big are the maps?
The chapters vary. Like chapter 1, Act 1, even what we're in now, is very long. It takes place over like a lot of areas. It's all, as I say, it's all centered around like Old Tristram and going into the old cathedral, which is kind of a throwback to the original, I believe.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff like that. The second chapter takes place a lot in the desert and surrounding areas.
That was Act 2 or 3 on the old one.
I'm not sure really.
That was Act 2, yeah. That was Act
It's
2.
probably the least interesting.
Yeah.
I think, personally.
So what's Act 3?
Act 3 is my favourite. It's a huge battle against the armies of hell.
Oh, that's awesome.
Maybe a little bit of spoilers here, but it's been out a year.
You don't really play this for the story.
No, the story's really throwaway. It's nice as a framing device, and I really do like the aesthetics of the Diablo world. You can pick shit up on that bothered, but
let me try this. Okay, so this dagger, right?
yeah,
This dagger.
it's better than your wand.
Junk. Press the right. Click down.
Oh shit!
And then
Okay.
I have no idea what. Okay, that's junk.
I presume you have to go to a shop.
There must be an option saying like get rid of
Sell
all
junk. Yeah, I don't read.
Yeah. Like I say, it's the one thing I watched happen.
I'm sure you can equip bows, you know.
Let's give that a try.
It's a hell of a lot more damage. There you go. I've seen wizards with bows before. I don't think you actually use your weapon anyway.
Yeah,
like, you just use spells.
No, right, okay. That's the.
Oh shit!
No,
What you looking?
can't use it anymore.
No, you can't use a bow.
At least I can hold it.
The one thing I noticed about the Shaolin monk, the monk class is that they equip melee weapons and then they just put them on the back and punch people to death. In fact, the only class that I've seen legitimately use melee weapons is the barbarian, and the demon hunter fire his weapon.
So the barbarian is pretty much the barbarian of Diablo 2.
Yeah, well, actually, I think in early versions of the game, he was actually indeed the same
The exact same. What design?
barbarian. Well, not just the same character, because if you look at him, he is actually an older guy. He's got white grey hair. So it's not that officially in lore anymore, but apparently originally that's what it was going to be.
You played much of a barbarian.
Yeah, he was my main class in the PC.
Can you dual wield?
Yeah, you can dual wield
that was
sword and board. You can get two-handed weapons. In fact, the barbarian class can use a special kind of weapon called mighty weapons, which are just ridiculously big, chunky monsters that you just smash people in the face with. It's a lot of fun.
This NPC, is she?
She's a woman called Leah. She's Deckard Cain's niece.
Oh, Deckard Cain.
Well, actually, when the Fallen Star hits the cathedral, Deckard Cain gets dragged into the depths of it.
How is Deckard Cain still alive?
He is old as fuck.
Yeah, he was in Diablo 2. I think he was in the first one as well.
He's in all of them. He's like the main character of Diablo, really.
Like I never played Diablo 1. I just picked it up from 2.
Diablo 1 was a very different kind of game, I understand.
I really want to get it on the PlayStation 1, just for the novelty. On the PlayStation 1.
Was that the last time it was on console?
Yeah, Diablo 2 was not on console.
Was it really not?
Nah, it was PC exclusive.
I remember Diablo 1 being on console, but that was like a single player only. It was almost a horror game.
Well,
very
a big selling point of Diablo 2 was sort of like the online sort of...
Yeah, the Battle.net. Like,
yeah, they described it as being massively multiplayer, I think, or something, but...
Well, I know when they first did it, watch out, ice. Remember the war.
Oh, God, damn it.
Slowed it down.
Right, I think I can... Ice! Electric sword, never mind.
Can I have the gloves? I don't think I've got any gloves.
Right, some reptilian pants.
I've got a belt if you want the belt.
Well, I'm thinking because, well, you're not exactly a melee character either, are you? So,
No.
We probably should have chose one melee, one...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So what do you want? You get that shit, I ain't bothered.
I mean, no point trying to pick up a ball. What's the point? So hang on.
Blue is
compare.
Blue is magic. Like blue coloured items are magic, have magic properties, whereas grey ones are junk, basically. So I would, even though it's got less armor, I would equip it for the stats. Yeah.
Experience. That's pretty cool.
I always go by the rule: blue is better than grey, even when.
So
it's
there's different
got
colours for different class items. Like,
not just different level of quality.
It used to be rarity in the old ones.
Yeah, it kind of is as well.
Yeah.
Because blues are kind of baseline magic items. I do believe you have
yellows,
which are rare, and then you have oranges for legendaries.
Yes, because it was green. I can't remember the colours, but yeah. And you have sets as well, like
yes,
sets.
You do. They come through different various parts of the game, and I think depending on what modes you get, they get leveled to that mode.
And then when you have all the items of the set, it gives you an extra
additional bonuses.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I did have half of the set when I played through the PC version. Oh, chest.
So how many hours did you put into the PC version?
Between like 80 and 100, I think. It's quite a lot.
There's a screen dog. 80 and 100, yeah.
Most of it was spent as barbarian or monk.
So, give me, like, obviously the general consensus of the feelings of the PC version are the disappointments.
Ooh. We've got X abilities, sorry.
What's X ability?
Yeah, ability on your X. I summon zombie dogs. I put like a menagerie following me. I mean, look at this shit. Spiders, dogs, fucking hands.
They have their time as well. They're like, not using it.
They've got a cooldown. Yeah, that's something that has carried over from the PC. Some things have cooldowns. Because, I'll be honest, if you could spam them, you'd be impossible to stop. Shit. No, here's a shortcoming of the game. Because A is doing everything, when you go into battle and press A next to an exit, you end up going back into it. So scatter away from the door.
Roll, that's why the roll button's there.
Yeah, that's why they've introduced it. That was the sole reason.
But yeah, I mean, did you find the PC problems to be as big as other people found them?
I'm probably not a member of the hardcore community who like would play 1,000 hours grinding like high level gear. I played the game till I was sick of it. I think just for anybody listening or even watching this, for comparison to my experience with the PC version, I played it pretty solidly up until the day they introduced Paragon levels. And it wasn't that Paragon levels pissed me off so much I put the game down. It just I kind of moved on to other things to play.
Yeah.
But I understand there's been a lot of additions to the game over the last year that I've probably missed out on, and I think most of them have been included in this version, which is nice.
Well, you see, you know the auction house problem. Like, I think that's only a problem depending on who you play with. If you play with friends and you know, they aren't going to buy anything, they're going to work for it.
Well, the thing is,
then it makes it sort of better when you have a good item.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like the auction house for me.
I just wish there was some indicator that said, "Okay, you've actually earned this," as opposed to you just went and spent £100 or whatever.
That doesn't even bother me. It bothers me in things like MMOs, but in a game like this, which is all about just kind of like instanced action, it doesn't really bother me too much because, like, I don't know, there's not so much of a, like, you can basically just team up with anybody at a similar level, and as long as they're not complete morons, you can generally do a decent job. Whereas, like, something on an MMO, you need to rely on the Trinity and intricate strategies and very, very. It's like min-max and
But I think you will get the hardcore out there who take pride when they get some very, very rare items,
I think that's what it comes down to, though, with a lot of these things. Even like, there's also complaints on MMOs where people say, gear's too easy to get hold of now than it was like 5 years ago or whatever. At least that's what it was like on Warcraft when I still played. I think these people who are hardcore feel badly done by because they're no longer distinguishable. And you know what? Does it really? I mean, it obviously matters to them because they're hardcore, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it really takes away from your enjoyment of the game.
But there is no auction house of any kind on this console.
No, there's not even a trade system.
So from that point of view, like, I guess the console version will be definitive to a lot of people. I mean.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk online. Various forums and whatnot, that a lot of people are saying the console version is a kick in the nuts to PC players.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, you know what? I play on PC, I play on everything, but people have got some fucking like bees in the bonnets about some stupid shit. Yeah.
Well, I used to live on the forums when Diablo 3 was first released. You'd have people saying, I spent 200 hours on this, it's bullshit, I want money back. It's like, you spent 200 hours?
I don't even get 200 hours worth of time on games I absolutely love. Oh, it's a treasure goblin. Right, basically, do everything you can to slow this guy down.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Basically, they try to portal away.
But they drop a lot.
And if you manage to kill them, they drop a shit ton of blue.
Right, sure, no, I don't want that. No, shoes. Let me just get this better. All for no reason.
You've got something in your offhand as well. Which is on the right hand side.
Oh, that one.
Oh, you've got a shield. Oh, you've got a 200 bow though. So
I don't use the bow, so should I replace that with it?
Yeah, but if you put I don't think it really matters to us.
Yeah,
I think once you get like a decent wand or a one-handed sword or something with magic powers on, it might matter more. So what's the wizard feel like?
I'm only basically using one attack over and over again.
It is kind of like that in the early game. It really eases you in. this is probably the first dungeon in the game. I say dungeon, but this is the first time in the game where we'll start fighting bigger and bigger packs. And as you see, we've got the enemies there with the blue like kind of aura around them. They are kind of like what I would describe as elite enemies. They come with special abilities, like these ones that teleporters, as you can see on the light bar at the top.
Yeah.
So blue enemies come in packs, and they've always got special affixes to them that make them a bit more challenging, and they've always got slightly more health. But there's also like what I would describe as mini bosses, which are golden aura enemies,
Right.
and they are generally a lot tougher with multiple affixes. And javelin. I'll tell you what, I'll get that shield if you want the javelin. But yeah, the gold enemies come with multiple affixes and often a pack of normal enemies there to help them. And they're almost like mini bosses.
I like that as sort of environmental.
Yeah, one thing that I love about this game is that it's got a real weight to it. Everything breaks when you hit it, and you can interact with the environment in really cool ways. Like there's a bit coming up, I think, where there's these kind of dilapidated walls propped up by wooden boards, and you can smash the wooden boards, and the wall collapses on enemies and stuff. It looks really cool.
The one thing about playing is the mage, and this might be a problem just because I played Diablo 2, is that like I don't feel like I'm being punished enough for using the right trigger, the arcane energy.
You will be later.
Oh, it will change.
You know, like enemies will get tougher. You gotta understand these are like the early. These are like the training levels, basically.
Yeah, I should keep it in mind. Because that was a big thing when you played as like see a mage and necromancer in Diablo 2. Was that mana was very you'd be spamming out on what the mana pots, you know.
Yeah, because I think they tried to abandon that game style because it was basically just how many potions could you carry. Torchlight 2 still depends on that, and you know what? It gets a bit fucking old. Excuse me. It gets a bit fucking old by the time you're about halfway through the game because it just feels like you're always squishy with regards to health potions, spam and health potions. It just feels like you're never very powerful. Whereas one thing this game always kind of does is make you feel like a badass.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, this Diablo, this fucking this is a strange class.
Oh wow! I used the bow when I ran out of.
That's pretty cool.
But like, I mean, what's the point?
You recovered so quickly.
Yeah.
Mind you do recover it quickly. I mean, look how fast that orb's going up.
Maybe that'll change, like you say later on.
When you've got all your buttons mapped with different abilities, spamming loads of shit. This is locked. I think this is locked for a reason. I'm gonna throw a jar of spiders at it.
Yeah. You know, like it controls well.
It's silky smooth, man. I'm absolutely loving it. I've got to say, this is almost a strange game to bring to the consoles because there's not really many action RPGs.
When they announced it, I was honestly surprised.
You know, the worst thing is that I might even be tempted, depending on how well how much I play this, I would be possibly tempted to buy the PS4 version. It depends how much it is. I wouldn't go out and buy day one because I've now bought 2 versions of Diablo 3. Exactly. But if I could get it at a reasonable price and there was a few of us playing online, like say if you haven't got this game, if you bought it, Simon's on about buying it for when the PS4 version comes out. If a few of us had it, I think I could happily get another money's worth out of it. Especially, there's rumours, I don't know if they're very founded, and I've only heard them in a few places, but there's rumours that the PS4 version might be held off until the expansion pack.
That would make sense, because then you get like a sort of complete edition.
And if there's one thing that would encourage me to play through this again is the new Templar class, or the Crusader class, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I love the look of it. It's like this huge knight with a shield and a giant flail. It just looks like a badass. So I'd be quite happy to play through this again.
Yeah. So that's the best thing about this game so far, is feeling a bit badass, isn't it?
Yeah, as well, more so with the Barbarian, because you're just smashing things to chunks. There's Deckard Cain, and that's the Skeleton King. I do believe he's a boss in the first game, but I'm not sure. Or is he on the second game? I don't know.
Which one?
The Skeleton King?
I don't remember.
He must be Diablo 1, but he's basically been resurrected, and his minions are attacking Deckard Cain. I've got to save the old man. So like Deckard Cain was an old man in Diablo 2, and this is set something like 10 years after Diablo 2.
Yeah, he was very, very old in Diablo 2. Yeah. Is it oh god.
Oh, mini boss.
Oh geez, yeah, right. So that's the mini one.
Yeah, the gold ones are mini bosses. Now, if you see, well, a lot of they're always named.
His name is Purple, so
Yeah, he's basically like a mini boss. There are some of these mini bosses are random. Some of them are fixed, like he is. He always appears here. Some are random out in the overworld, and then you have like proper bosses, proper storyline bosses.
well,
See, this is why Deckard Cain's still alive. He's just tough as shit.
oh, what was it? Diablo 2, there was a big an item you could get. I think it was called the cow leg. Was it the cow leg or something?
I know there was the cow level.
Yeah, you would get the cow leg from that level. I think it was a cow something anyway. And that was like a big cool thing back then because you could use that to sort of build something else. I can't remember.
There was always rumors that there was a secret cow level.
In the third or the second?
In the second.
There was, yeah, being there.
Well, there is in the third game as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really the cow level. Actually, you go and meet the cow king, who's a ghost.
Yeah.
You've got to get a set of items.
Yeah.
And combine them in a certain way. I've never done it, but if you play on this act in like Inferno mode with all these items, there's a cow skeleton. I think we've actually passed it already. But the ghost of the cow king appears above it, and he transports you to this land full of like sugary unicorns and teddy bears.
If I recall, what?
And teddy bears, they're all like psychotic and try to kill you.
That's awesome. If I recall correctly, in Diablo 2, you used some runes, some stones to like create a portal to it.
All right.
So this cow level, it was.
I know that.
It was part of like one of the main quests, but yeah, I can't remember. Like I say, I played Diablo 2 like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. Diablo 3.
Yep, that was, yep.
So there's the fantastic. We'll level up again.
Level 5.
Ooh, I've got new skill. Fire bats. God damn, I am like a zookeeper. I just like, hey, what will come? Oh, fire bats. Right? Why not? Why not? Yeah, have we got anything else? No. You should have something new as well.
Yep. So, no.
You've got something on the right trigger and X button.
Oops. Where, sorry?
The right trigger.
Yeah.
Ray Arcane Orb.
Oh, right. You see, that uses 35 Arcane power as opposed to 16. So basically, MP.
It'll vary.
So that makes more sense. Hang on.
I think it's just telling you you've got your Frost Nova. Oh, have you been using that?
Yeah.
Have you?
I did. Not to any good use, like, but.
That's pretty much all we've got so far.
Just quickly check my inventory. What have I got?
Yeah, just actually, I'll just show you the shop. Might as well dumb out shit here. Right, okay. So you can go and sell.
I'm trying to wonder where the option is for the like the junk.
Oh, right, okay. I'll tell you what. I don't know. I really don't. I'm just going to sell my shit quickly. So what you'll notice is actually the categories where you've actually got something available will be highlighted, and you won't be able to select the ones you can't.
Yeah.
So it prevents like just going on in circles.
So I was looking at your account last night, Ben, and one of your achievements of this was breaking not so bad, which was repairing an item, I think. So.
Yeah, when you die, you lose 10% of your durability.
Yeah.
And you've got to repair it.
Watch, right trigger, sell junk.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's going to save a lot of time. God damn, how have I've gone for like so many hours.
I've never played this game, and I knew that.
I would keep them and equip them.
Yeah, you can't really check them out.
Yeah. The lion. I'm sure lion boots are strength based. Yeah, they are.
Get more experience, though. So that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
oh yeah, I mean, let's face it, at this level, who gives a fuck? It's new
I'm
gear.
going to be OCD, and I'm going to sell that little thing I equipped. There you go. Repair.
You don't need it. You're not died yet.
No.
Off you have. It mustn't kick in till after a certain point.
That makes sense.
I mean, these are literally the training levels. Now, I think the next part is we've got to go and get the Skeleton King's crown.
Right.
So we can unlock the door to his chamber and then go and get him.
Oh, this roll button.
I know if you play as a monk and you roll backwards, you do like a handstandy thing. It's awesome. You just do a little jump back.
Yeah.
And I do like
in any game where there's a roll button, I can't help it. Really.
I think it's actually slower than walking in this case.
Usually it's faster, isn't it, in some games?
Yeah.
I know in Zelda I used to roll all the time.
This quest is really grim because there's the blacksmith and his wife's been bitten by zombies. So he's been ordered. Who fucking orders the blacksmith to put down all the infected people? So he's basically got to go in.
That his wife is infected.
He's got to wade in with his fucking smith and hammer and just butcher them all. So we've got to help him because it's work for heroes, not blacksmiths. Boom. Cellar of the Damned. Christ almighty, it get even more grim. It's poking fun at these poor people.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Is that your new arcane orb?
Yep.
Oh, that's my fire bats. Look at that shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
I run out of mana.
Yep, same here. That makes more sense.
You might want to roll.
Yep.
Oh, God, there's so many spiders.
I don't have enough arcane power.
I don't even have to aim this ability because the spiders just run after people.
Yeah, my bow has become like more sort of.
Will your X button still not use? I don't think your A tap ever uses like resource.
No, I think that's sort of like your basic sort of.
Yeah, it is pretty much used.
Talent, I guess.
I wouldn't get too close.
Oh, is she the wife or not?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, oh. Right, yeah.
He's a mini boss. Fire bats. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, nice. That's pretty useful, actually.
For big bosses. Oh, God, no.
Fire bats. You know what, like the trouble with the Witch Doctor, and maybe it's not a problem in the PC version, but he's very passive. Like,
in what sense?
Like your X ability is that that flash of frost. So
yeah,
that's actually an ability you charge in, use, and then like run away and fight a bit more. Yeah. Whereas after his X, summon a couple of dogs who then fight on their own.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
And
reminiscent of the Necromancer.
Yeah, and it's not like it's. I think that the the Witch Doctor is a kind of like that. Is the weird class.
Yeah.
He doesn't play like the others who are all kind of directly involved with the combat. Whereas that ain't the case here. Oh, we've got to go to the back now. This looked pretty badass. They looked very powerful.
I miss my sort of laser gun thing.
Switch back.
No, I think this is more powerful. I think I've used it like
inspired. It might be worth us going off the beaten track. Oh, treasure seeker! You got anything to slow him down?
Yep, freezing.
Nice. Oh shit, he's fast.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
He's opening a portal. Shit. God damn, how fast is this? I think he's gone. No, he's not. No. Nice. Oh, man! He was a fast motherfucker.
Still waiting.
So at this point, if someone said to you, look, I have a PC capable of playing Diablo 3, and I have an Xbox 360, for example, which would you recommend?
It kind of depends, really. I mean, the PC version...
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. Looks a bit nicer. One thing about the Xbox version as well is the camera's a lot more zoomed in.
Yeah.
The PC version has a big old field of view, or whatever you want to say. Nice. But it's kind of 6 and 3s that offer slightly different experiences. Like, the PC version has the auction house. It has...
I mean, let's not forget, some people will actually like the auction house, the idea that...
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have time to put into the game, and you just want to spend...
I mean, honestly, I don't see the big deal, but I'm not a hardcore player. But as somebody who can just like fill in the shitty slots in their armor to help them on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes one thing about the PC, though, over this version, the PC give you a lot more loot, but it was a lot of shitty loot. Whereas this version of the game...
I remember that complaint that there was too much loot, that it was just a loot fest, which sounded good to me because I love the loot of the game.
Yeah, but you see, you'd go out and you'd just pick up a load of shit, and none of it would be usable. Oh god, there's more over here.
I need to stop paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, fire bats is not that good. It looks cool, but...
Help me.
As long as it looks cool, it'll be okay.
You level. I was saying something and I completely lost track after that little skirmish. It obviously wasn't important. But yeah, I'm going to say I spent a lot of time on the PC version. I haven't had a chance to spend as much time on the Xbox version, but
I don't have enough
I
arcane
mean, just what we're doing here, like sitting together and just bullshitting.
Like the control pad makes it. I mean, is there no control support for the PC?
No, because I think I don't know if there's ever been any official statement, but if there was, I think, and I can see this being the official line, they're very different games and they don't mesh together. I mean, the fact that we can roll in this game, you can't roll in the PC version.
Yeah, that's it.
The PC version's maybe a bit more tactical as well, because you can pinpoint exactly where you're going to stand. It's almost like a very fast-paced, like RPG to a point, you know.
Yeah.
Instead of commanding an army, though, you're commanding a character. Whereas this, you're literally playing as the character, hacking and slashing through the hordes of monsters.
Oh god.
Yeah, watch out! They fuck you up.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Probably shit.
not ready yet.
Oh god. There's one thing I can say about the Witch Doctor is you don't get much damage, don't you? Because you're just so scattered, like you're so distant from your enemies.
Well, yeah, that's the main. That's the idea of both of our classes, but the fact that we're both.
Yeah. Probably should have been a monk or a barbarian.
Yeah.
I actually would like to. I don't know. I should have probably picked Demon Hunter. I should try to be quirky. I know me and Hender played the PC version quite a lot together, and he played as Demon Hunter.
Did he enjoy it?
Yeah, but I don't think Hender really plays games like me.
Yeah.
He does simulations. I think he buys games and never really plays a whole lot of them. Probably doesn't mind me saying that, but it's fucking true.
Sick bird.
But I think he's more likely to spend a lot of time on simulators or hardcore kind of games. Like he loves his armor.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
I don't even know how far through the game we actually got together. I think we finished it, but I don't think we ever got through Nightmare. I could be wrong, and we might not have even finished it together on normal. But that was just because of conflicting schedules.
What's that?
Above. Oh, what the hell is that?
I'm holding right trigger down.
Right trigger.
Right stick.
Bummer. Right stick. Holding it down. Ah, does it not play a martyrs?
Oh, no.
Spirits grant me blessings.
Oh shit.
What the? What?
You teleported me. I'm not sure how you actually triggered teleport off, but I'm glad you did, so I was getting the shit kicked out of me. Right. You can tell things are starting to step up a little bit now.
Nicely done. Need
What-
more
Fire
what's-
bats.
What's all level 6? That's what it is. So, the level cap is 60, but then you get probably
Paragon levels. Yeah, like, as I say, you play through the game. I think by the time you finish the game, normally you'll be about level 30.
Yeah.
And
That's a good one.
I should really turn my notifications off. I don't know if people really fucking appreciate having the names plastered all over YouTube. But yeah, you finish the game, you'll probably be about level 30. I think I was about level 32 on the PC version. By the time you finish Nightmare, you'll probably be 45, 50, and then by the time you finish Hell, you'll be level 60, and then level 60 is needed for Infernal. Once you hit the level cap, you start earning Paragon levels, and every time you earn a Paragon level, you basically get bonuses like increased magic finds, so it increases the likelihood you'll find decent things.
So is it true that, it was true of Diablo 2, that if you try to play it by yourself, you would get to a point where you'd start struggling, and you'd have to go online?
No,
Can you do the single player by yourself?
I've done the game in one form or another. I've probably played every part of the game single player at one point or another.
Alright, even Infernal?
Yeah. You have more fun with other people.
Yeah.
But right, okay, there's 3 crypts in this area and the crown's in one of them, so should we just go by logic and start at the first one?
Yep.
And then bad luck. I actually don't want it to be the first one because there's a really cool event in one of these crypts, which is the Jar of Souls event.
Is it all random?
Yeah, it's these dungeons are randomized, the overworld is not.
Yeah. Because on Diablo 2, with each game you would start, like the north of the dungeons, and then
Oh, it's a treasure. Oh shit, we got a treasure pygmy.
where
He's up overhead, you can see the trail of gold. I think he's gone, to be honest. These are blue effects ones, that's why they've got knockback.
Oh god, right.
Adventuring leather doublet. Do you want that?
Yeah.
You may want to cut it quick.
Right, okay. Right. I didn't know there's no bonuses there.
Oh, you've already got it.
Oh, wow. I had no leather. Oh,
God damn.
Right, so 3 experience. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fine. You've already equipped it.
Yeah.
You got new skills as well.
Orca's level up.
You've got oh, you're cool. If you go back to that, your original abilities now got a rune available. So if you select that, and then your new rune is increased damage of magic missile.
So that's the old
That's your old A attack.
Harry
The
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Oh, for God's sake! There's nothing else there, is there?
Not thus far, but next level. That's one thing this game does really well is it rewards you every level. That looks pretty meaty. It looks pretty. I want to just have a quick look at mine. Because I'm getting sick of throwing spiders at people. Shoot multiple poison darts. Yeah, why not? Oh, whoa, cool. Yeah.
I am telling you now, Ben. Harry Potter could not do this.
Did Harry Potter ever pass a class in his 7 years at Hogwarts? Oh shit! I need to pay attention. Nice one. Oh.
Still waiting.
Refill.
Arcane power.
Fire balance.
Not ready yet.
I love that popping thing.
Ooh, what?
Do you want to go up the stairs or along the corridor? Too hard to climb upstairs.
Well, I used to, like in Diablo 2, I was check every floor. That's already in my bottom.
Yeah, I tend to as well, but for the sake of this, we'll probably blitz on through as fast as possible. Now, we've been on quite a while now. We've been on nearly an hour.
Have we?
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand the.
It's crack, man. You just like seriously. This came out on Tuesday, and it's now Thursday. And the Tuesday night, I literally got home about 5:30, 6, and I didn't stop playing till like 10:30 at night. And I didn't even fucking realise the time. It was crazy. God damn, that is a long range attack.
Everything you're describing though just reminds me of
The PC version was very similar as well. I used to like stay up till 3 in the morning playing it.
Yep.
Just click.
Well, I mean, it's not as bad as the MMOs.
It's pretty bad.
I don't know.
But you say that, yeah, like at my worst, I've played MMOs later than 3.
Well, because you can turn this game off and come back and then the world's the same or whatever. It's not like
yeah, you're not going to be, there's nothing moves on. Do you want to let's go for it? Oh, no, I'm glad we did. I love how them like floor tiles just explode with gold. Like nothing. What's triggering them? I know this is a fantasy world, but oh shit, that's really useful.
it is.
I know on the Barbarian I had a similar thing where I stunned them with the ground stomp. It's great because it lets you stun a group and then just pummel them.
Oh god.
Oh, pygmies.
Oh what? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he's a nightmare creature. These are his minions as well. You see, like, yeah, they said the gold ones off now. The fleet of minions around.
Get your finger up.
Still waiting.
That's really powerful. Well, I don't. Is it powerful? But it looks powerful.
200 solid focus. Which the
Arcane Orb.
oh, it's not depressingly hidden. But yeah, it's quite fun. But earbud is beginning to remind me of it.
Oh, nice. Grab 200 sword.
So in Diablo 3, you can't PvP, can you?
I think you can now. I don't know because this, as I say, I haven't been on the PC version for a long time. And there's a guy in Tristram, New Tristram, this town in the first act, who's called the Brawler, and he says, "Hey, there's some heroes wanting to fight close by. Do you want in?" So maybe there is some kind of rudimentary PvP mode. That wasn't the crypt we needed, by the way.
All right.
We need to find the next one. So I don't know. I haven't had a good chance because I just wanted to get higher level really before I started messing around.
Yeah.
I think my highest level character now is 16. Just man, it's terrible. Man, I'm not gonna be able to sit down and play all day.
And you've got that week of moving house,
Yeah, move house. I was in playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured that I'll buy this after Grand Theft Auto. It's cheaper.
Yeah,
Um,
time to play.
well, because if I buy this now, I play it, and then when GTA 5 comes out,
Be conflicted.
there's too much. There's Rayman Legends, there's Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, I remember. Lost by 3, of course.
That's out already.
Yep.
I've heard mixed things. Well,
It's publishing.
I've heard okay things, I should say. Sorry, like nothing great, but nothing terrible. One thing I have heard mixed things about though is Rome 2 Total War.
Oh, wow.
I've heard very bad things about the AI in that game, which is a shame because I really wanted to buy it.
Bit of hype for that game.
Yeah, I mean, the original Rome Total War is fucking amazing.
Again, that's like a game that's like nearly 10 years old, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it's crazy. It is so good at the time, but I don't know. The Total War is maybe getting a bit too complex for their own good. I don't know, but I was watching a video of like the naval combat, and it was fucking embarrassing. This looks a bigger tomb, so maybe we're on the right track. Go.
Oh, we'll go. What? Not you.
Yeah, I think it pulls you. Oh shit! You don't go out.
Yep. Never good one doing that. Yeah, but I think that'll become a bigger thing. Like when I get sort of bigger spells that require more Orky energy.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Because a mage shouldn't have a crossbow, it should be like a staff.
Yeah, well, I've seen people running with wands, and a wand in the main hand and an orb in the offhand, like an orb of power. It's luck of the draw, because there is no option else to fill in your gear. You're going to have to just take what you can get from the early levels. Like, one thing I really want on my main barbarian is just a giant two-handed axe. I'm level 16 and I haven't been able to get my hands on one yet.
But you don't, like, right, okay, obviously you don't do this, but on the old Diablo, on Diablo 2, as you leveled up, you like, in each individual attribute, you would, like, sort of upgrade, like, your strength, your endurance, your agility, whatever.
I'm really going to do that.
Well, not agility,
No, I know what you mean. It's like that in Torchlight 2. I think Torchlight 2 is probably a more direct successor to Diablo 2 than this is.
Smashing the stone walls in.
But this is more of a mod. I would say this is a more modern take. The best thing about Diablo 3 is the combat, not so much the metagame.
Yeah.
But the combat is fucking brilliant.
Because I remember when on Diablo 2, like my first character was a necromancer, and I had no idea what I was doing. So all I did was like upgrade my strength, which is like a barbarian attribute. So I was like a necromancer carrying out this huge axe.
Just cause. Oh, we got elites.
Oh man, no.
Roll, it always saves. You can actually like roll and dodge, like swipes. If someone takes a swing at you, just roll and you should be able to dodge it. Crossbow there. I don't know if that's any better for you. Apparently it is, man. That's much better.
Yep.
And then why don't you put it? Something? Can you put something in your hand as well? Because crossbows should be one hand.
Where's my offhand?
The one on the right.
That?
Yeah. Can you?
No.
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 No. All right. Okay. It must be only demon hunters who can dual wield crossbows, unless it's a special crossbow that. gloomy tomb. God damn it! I can't speak like a. I've got mush mouth. This is a really gloomy tomb. No wonder Tristan's always getting attacked by monsters. It's like a fucking monster cave.
Yeah, they should really relocate some of that, shouldn't they?
I know. I mean, like we're in the ruins of old Tristan now, or we were, and the town, our like hub town, is New Tristan. It was like, really, you thought, oh, let's just rebuild it because it was such a fucking nice place in the beginning. I just don't understand it.
Have I got?
New right trigger skill. You got a rune on the.
Increase that target smoothness.
Is that your ice beam?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that again.
So you're basically slowing them down, which could be quite useful.
Was this something?
No, you get that. It has a star next to stuff.
Yeah. I love having this back again.
What I like about this as well is all the runes have like visual differences to the attack. Like that looks far more icy than it did before.
Yeah, because that's one of the main things about this kind of games. Is the more loot you get, the more you upgrade. You want to you want to see that and feel that, don't you?
And this game really does, as far as I'm concerned. I've actually just leveled up.
Yeah, look at this.
What I like about that as well is that you can use it for a long time.
Yeah, it's like it's not that like
you channel it rather than just blast it.
If I had an item that said like that had like say I don't know recover arcane energy plus something or whatever.
Yeah, you could go for longer, couldn't you?
You could go forever, in theory. Oh, bloody eels! Alright, wherever they are.
I have no idea. Yeah, eels. Eels is a good guess. Fucking weird shit. Is this the right place? This feels very like. Hold on. Yeah, we'll go back round to the bottom of the square.
Yep.
The good old map. Actually, before we get into any heavy combat, I'm just going to check my abilities because I've just leveled up to 7. Yeah, I'll give the unbroken. Okay, cool. I'll do that. I'll go back to spiders. I've got nothing else.
Well, the flame bats weren't good enough.
Yeah, they're alright. They just felt a bit, I don't know, weedy. They're like, you shot them once and your mana was just gone. Something I like about this game, actually, I like how every class has its own unique resource. I mean, like, my mana power is exactly the same as your arcane power, but I just like the fact that they actually look different and that they are different. It's like we're drawing power from different sources, and hence the different ability. I also like how the Witch Doctors do the weirdest class uses the most typical resource, as in it uses mana, whereas like every fucking game uses mana.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, it is one of the problems in Diablo 2 is you have mana potions and health potions, and just you'd end up just pressing the wrong button and etc.
Oh, it looks like we're in the right one because the fucked up, the wrong crypts don't have second levels to them. I don't.
Do you get town teleports in this?
I think you've got to unlock it, but it's no longer a scroll you have to use.
Yeah,
it's just an ability.
Another scroll that isn't in this game as well is the you pick up items that are unidentified.
Yes.
Like the attributes were hidden, and you would pick up an identify scroll.
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
Jesus Christ, that looks
Yeah, don't get hit by it. I'm sure there are. I'm thinking Torchlight 2 now, but I'm pretty sure there are some weapons that are unidentified. I could be wrong, but maybe there's some guy in town that identifies it. Let's say,
what do you call him again? The old guy.
Deckard Cain.
Deckard Cain used to do it on Diablo 2.
Yeah. Yeah, Simon.
Yeah.
Choose. He'd be wishing he got Diablo now. He
You
doesn't.
can use on Skyrim, that's right. So.
Yeah, he's still doing his achievement challenge.
I would have thought Skyrim was one of the more difficult games to sort of get on.
I think he's already halfway through to like maxing it out, so right, go for these summoners first because he'll be bringing more skeletons into the world.
It's 3 seconds.
Summon spiders. There's one left. I've got him. Right, there's the crown. Now we're going to trigger another mini.
No, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to this world.
God damn, your like beam ability is mega powerful and
It
lots.
slows them down as well as attacking.
Oh shit! Actually, got
Alright, nimble boots, eventually to round. That's
that sword. Sorry, I'll pick up the boots as well.
it's alright.
We're gonna get the crown. Town
Yeah,
portal.
town
So the
portals.
town portal is literally just right on the D-pad,
Oh, that's what.
and then you literally just zap the town.
Alright. It's like Star Trek over there.
Yeah, it is basically teaming up. What's good though is there's a portal in town, and you click on it once you're in town and you finish your shit. You can just click on the portal and take you back to exactly where you were. And the fact
Oh,
that you can,
so what if you go back to town and sell your stuff, you mean?
yeah, so you can
Yeah.
do it at any point really.
Well, no, that was the same on Diablo 2. If you open the portal,
Yes, but
Yeah.
just now you have no
Scrolls or anything.
scrolls. It's all just an inherent magic ability that
you
it,
get scrolls, you'd have to buy like a scroll tomb so you could put your scrolls in them. And it's
Use
just,
the day it was placed upon the Black King's head.
Right.
I know a lot of people like that kind of meta game where you get scrolls and everything, and I think giving you just a town portal ability is a bit too easy, but. Fucking hell, I much prefer
Skeleton
it.
King 6.
So we've got the crown of the Skeleton King, so now we can get into his inner sanctum. Whoa, I've just got a massive crazy hat.
I've got some brand new goods.
Alright, I'm just
you
gonna sell
might
my
be
shit. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna equip my shit first. That'll do. No. Oh, nice. I've got a little spiky crown. No. Yes. Do you want to? Sorry.
I'm going to quickly look what I can buy.
No, yellows are rare and they're much better than your average shit, but at the same time, they're a
Cost a lot more.
lot of gold.
Magic item find one experience with when doing that. See, it's any of them. No, it's the same thing. What?
I would just buy the blue ones because they're probably going to be cheaper.
See, I'm going back to my usual way of playing where I just won't buy anything.
You know what? Sometimes it's not worth buying anything because you can save your cash for stuff that's important. I just sell shit and
So,
Does he not have any like staff weapons or anything like that you could use?
I'll have a look in a second on this. Ooh. Oh, no, it's just. That's. Yeah, so actually, I should. Oh, sell that. I'll change that sometime. Sell that. Anyway, buy.
The weapons, yeah. It's still some shit. There is actually another guy who sells more kind of spell related gear.
Yeah.
Around town. I can kind of show you.
I'll quickly just. What the hell was I doing?
It was your belt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if you actually notice, just show you this. We've got access to the blacksmith now.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can basically train him. You can train him up to create certain items.
Right.
You can also repair your gear, not that we've received any damage, and you can also salvage magic
when
gear.
you're training him up to build your items, are you like collecting the resources for him?
Yeah, basically what you do is you train him with in recipes for gold, like a cost of gold. So you say, if I want to train him in how to create an adept hunting bow, it's
Yeah.
going to cost me 2,000 gold. And then what happens is you unlock the items in his slots to basically make for you.
Yeah.
And this is quite good in lieu of... this was in the PC version, but it's really good in lieu of an auction house in the console version. It's much more meaningful because you can essentially keep him topped up to then create decent weapons for you at a certain level.
Yeah.
So, like, my barbarian at the moment is level 16, but when he levels up, I've got a journeyman's maw axe ready for him to use. It's a 200 big-ass axe.
For, like, how much did that cost you to get into sort of...
That'll cost me like 500. It's quite, well, I don't know, a couple of thousand to 500, but what you do is you can click on them, and you see how... required materials. God damn, it's hurt over like required materials. 10 of those kind of white jars essences and 500 gold. And what you do is you can salvage magic items blue or above for various essences and items. So I've got one of them essence. So basically you can salvage. I tend to salvage magic items rather than sell them. So then I can. So that was a better one. I got 2 items, but I got an essence and a tooth of some kind by the look of it. But basically, I tend to keep them reasonably topped up so I can always get added bits.
Without explaining how, but a lot of these sort of features are very much Diablo 2, but sort of more streamlined and sort of better in a way.
I have some new items that
but that's. I mean, that's it. This guy might be better for you to speak to. I think he's more magic based.
The Slayer.
He's got a wand.
Oh, compare. Maximum arcane power. Wizard only. That sounds like it's me.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just have a look at these. What are these?
Swords.
Yeah, look like damage. Try that.
And he's got something in his offhand as well. He might have like an orb or something.
No, look at that. Slashers. Okay, right. Ooh, so denial.
Yeah, it might as well.
Vitality's good for.
Okay.
Right, and then. I won't bother selling this stuff. I'm going to crush in case we'll be here all day.
Yeah, I mean, we are approaching the Skeleton King. I think what we should do is get up to the Skeleton King. Really, is that nice? I don't even know if I've got that achievement.
Oh wow, this guest account is good to.
But you are playing on an old guest account.
With a nice anime.
Yeah, I'm not sure who picked that.
Yeah.
Right, okay then. So we're off to the cathedral again to go into the depths and fight the Skeleton King and his bony minions.
I don't think the Skeleton King was in Diablo 2.
I'm pretty sure he's in the first one.
Yeah.
As I say, the whole first chapter is like a love letter to the original. Or maybe some people say they're very bitter about this game. Middle finger to the original game, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, so far, what I've played of this is really, really enjoyable.
Yeah, it's fun as hell, man. Just sitting around kicking the shit out of monsters. What more do you want?
I mean, the auction house would have annoyed me in a bit, not majorly, but now that that's gone, it's like...
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm really loving the console version. I haven't played a game so thoroughly for a long time. Oh, some of the like, you know, a game where you just get home from work or whatever and you just sit and play it till you go to bed.
Without realising the time.
Yeah, but I mean, even just doing that and watching the time pass, like, I rarely get a chance to do that. But this is a game I've actually made time to do that type of shit with. That's enjoyable. I haven't getting help. Yeah, I'm gonna hunt these summons down because they're oh shit! Did they summon it all? Or did that just spawn? Very hard to tell. God damn.
Should not have stood him.
Whoa, he just disintegrated.
What?
That monster just like disintegrated.
What was that massacre thing there? It says.
If you kill, you get bonuses for like killing huge amounts of enemies.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can also get bonuses for smashing a lot of things. For like this smashing shit. Like if you get 10 and stuff, you get like Vandal and stuff like that.
It's like mini achievements within the game. So.
Yeah, just little bonuses.
Yeah,
to keep you going.
I'll tell you another game that's coming out this week then. The Puppeteer.
The Puppeteer?
It's PlayStation 3 exclusive.
I don't know if I'm familiar with it.
Oh, you don't see it? It's been all over E3 and stuff. It's made by, I do believe the maker of it. I don't know my name now. Little big Python.
Media Molecule?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. It's not something I'm actually familiar with.
The demo came out in Europe yesterday.
It's, oh wait, no, I thought that was a PlayStation 4 thing.
No, PlayStation 3.
Alright, okay.
Probably getting like something completely mixed up here. It's probably not Media Molecule, but it does look the exact same and it does control.
Honestly, I'm not familiar with it, so I can't comment either.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool after the demo last night.
What do you do?
It's like platforming with a sort of puppet that is going through sort of like a puppeteer show sort of, where you're being thrown into all these sort of story situations. Like there's some kind of story where you're the soul trapped inside of a puppet.
Is it Pinocchio? Like, yeah.
It's like at that point that I was just like, yeah. It's pretty well presented. It's unique.
Oh, who's this? Oh shit.
What's that?
I don't know, the guy was talking, but didn't hear what he said. That was him thing. Oh, we've got mini bosses.
was Lazarus. Of that I am certain.
You've also got these little scroll things that you just pick up that fill in like little backstory and lore.
Instilling the
Which are
notion
quite
of an
nice.
imminent attack.
Oh, is that the that stuff there?
Afraid to speak against the
No, it's
Archbishop.
like just like little kind of speeches that get triggered.
All right, little voice levels. So.
Yeah, although it's actually just saying that they are populated in lore, the lore section. It's just kind of fill you in the history, because I think Blizzard was very much aware that it's been a long time since Diablo 2, and an even longer time since the first one.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I didn't play Diablo 1, I would have been about 5 years old then.
Yeah, it's a hell of a long time ago now. And as I say, it wasn't a very different game to these two. It was more of a slow-paced horror game, going through these really, really gothic dungeons. I'm just trying to figure out where we should go. Down here? No, we'll go along here. I've got the feeling this might be the better direction to go with.
Oh, what?
Someone is. We've got skeletons from one corner as well. Watch out behind you. What's quite good is we've both got a lot of abilities to slow and impede, and then more abilities to pummel things from long range.
Yeah, the only problem will be later on we keep getting jumped.
Yeah, that's why it's always good to have a mix of like melee. Like the monk's really good to have because they are melee based, but they're also there's a lot of heals and buffs they give you. They're very, very supportive.
No, that's the same as Paladin, isn't it? So
Yeah, I think they kind of replaced Paladin, although Paladins are kind of coming back with the Crusader and the expansion pack that's been announced. Although I think maybe he's very different, because from what Liz was saying when they announced him, he's like a mid-range melee character. I don't really know how that works, but it looks pretty cool. I'll certainly be playing it.
I'm quite enjoying this name so far.
Yeah, they all look really cool. I think all the they've got really interesting spells. Far more like kind of glitz and glamour than a lot of the other classes.
Yeah. Well, like you say, this whole this thing here.
Yeah, you seem to have like some really awesome for range classes. Sometimes I feel I'm maybe a bit disconnected from the action. Your spells feel awesome, even just like being alongside them.
But there is something to be said for just building Barbarian. Like I used to love doing that in Diablo 2. Just
Yeah, I love it. Third act as well, which you said is like a huge battle. As the Barbarian, it just feels awesome because you just like you've got your sword and shield or your massive weapon, and you're just walking around the battlements of this castle, fighting thousands of monsters, and it just feels awesome to cleave through all the crowds.
Who are you?
Ah, right, this guy. Yeah, this guy is basically one of the followers you can have in the game. Now, I don't know if you can get these in Diablo
yep,
2.
you can. So NPC characters.
Yeah, but you can only have them if you're playing by yourself.
Okay.
Now, he's not yet a follower, but we've got to find his gear. He's been basically stripped of his gear, so we've got to go find his gear.
So you can equip him with gear.
Yeah.
You could in Diablo 2 as well, yeah.
Basically, it's just to give people who play by themselves a little more help, I would have thought.
Yeah.
They're not very good. They're nice if you're playing by yourself, but I'd much rather have a friend along for a ride.
Yeah. But if you have no friends, then...
Well, yeah, that's your fault, really. But yeah, we've got to go and find his gear, and then he'll open the way for us. But once you kind of finish this immediate quest, he becomes a follower. And I can't remember, there's 3 followers in the game, I think, maybe more. No, it's 3. I think there's this guy who's like a warrior. He's a knight.
But if he dies, can you get him again? Or?
Yeah, he's not like he's pretty. They just come. They're like characters, named characters. So I think they can die, but they respawn, or you go back to town and get them. I can't remember. It's a long time since I've already used them. But there's the Templar warrior who we've got here called Cormac. There is a thief scoundrel who you meet later on in this chapter, and then I think you meet this kind of spellcaster sorceress in the 3rd chapter or the 2nd chapter.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't think there's any more.
You know what? Diablo 2 taught me one thing: never ever break barrels, because more often than not,
Oh, hold on.
the same thing taught me again.
That's it. It punishes greedy people who want to loot. I don't like these extended periods of quiet. I like punching things in the face or throwing jars of spiders at them. the stupidest fucking attack I've ever seen.
It's the best.
Bars our way.
Alright, yeah. Basically, you need this guy to open the way for you. And there's a mini boss down here.
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world.
I think this guy we're fighting is like a paladin or a templar, like Cormac, our new friend, but
Need more time.
Yeah, my slowing down effect is sort of.
he might be immune to it.
Yeah.
It's in the poison. He can still slow his minions down.
That's a lot.
Please forgive me. My
She did.
by the Coven's evil magic. Betrayal
Is it
can
NPC?
never be forgiven.
No, he said one thing you could, like. Oh shit!
What the hell?
Nice.
Uh,
Crossbow, leather doublet.
But there is one condition.
You can have
Is it
the.
doublet on
Find the
there?
sacred tomes of
I know you're probably right.
Arthur doll.
Agreed.
The bear.
Oh, the orb. Yeah, you'll like that. So yeah, there's the Templar. You can now join your party, but because we're playing together, you might want to equip your orb.
I'm gonna have a look at it.
It's in your offhand.
Oh, both of these are. What's that?
That's for Witch Doctor.
Witch
Oh, can you drop
Doctor.
that? Why?
Yep. And Sly Eagle Orb, which is
Yeah, that's much better for you. It's wizard only, so I think because of the fact that it's wizard only is probably, and the fact that it's a shield, it's probably is not going to be much better for you. It's more armor, but I really wouldn't.
yeah. I don't want to use the orb.
You're not going to get hit,
Use that.
and that's the shield you're going to use.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a doll. I think they're like voodoo dolls. I need a club then, and then a doll. Oh no, shit. I need a much better one-handed weapon. Maybe the Skeleton King will drop one.
You know, when this game was released, because of the sort of negative reaction from hardcore fans, Diablo 2, the service became more popular again. 'Cause
Probably.
a lot of people couldn't get their fix from 3, so they went back to 2.
Yeah, I
It's
can
quite,
imagine.
it's quite funny to see.
Not ready yet.
I do actually fancy picking Diablo 2 up.
Oh, that's great. And it'll run on like any single laptop or PC that we have.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Blizzard hasn't started to bring like old Blizzard games to like iOS and stuff like that. And Android.
I was thinking that before. Like, you could have like Diablo on your iPad or something.
You know, that's one thing like iOS is really missing, a good Diablo clone.
Yeah, quite a lot because you would buy the items.
There's a few that are decent, but none of them feel half as good as this. And they probably won't because the controls are really slick, and that's due to keyboard and mouse off control pad. But I don't know. There's
Well,
nothing.
I'm surprised it runs on a control pad. So I can't imagine the string control.
There was one in development called, you know, remember Infinity Blade?
Yes,
Well, Infinity Blade Dungeons it was called, and it looked really sweet, but it got cancelled last minute, which is a shame.
was Infinity Blade done by Epic?
It was sponsored by them. Do you want to go through the door instead?
Oh
shit. It was sponsored by Epic. They're the ones who cancelled it. They bought a company
Yeah.
to make it, or they were sponsoring a company to make it or something like that. And yeah, they just basically pulled the plug on it. I don't know whether they were thinking it was too hard in the end or what, but never to be, unfortunately. Which is a shame because Infinity Blade itself is pretty good, but it's a bit of a shallow experience. Whereas something like a Diablo 3 would have been very well.
Is that iOS or Android?
iOS, I think. I'm not sure. It might be on Android now, but I certainly feel on iOS.
You die.
That was
There's
just
just bats and skeletons in here, isn't there?
yeah, we're just clearing them out. I'd love to know how many people have died interested if there's this many skeletons.
shoot against it?
Oh, boss. I just throw spiders, it's alright.
I don't care if freezing is effective, I just enjoy doing it.
It's so good. Summon it. I might bring back my fire bats in a bit. I feel like I'm lacking any any active abilities. I'm sort of passive.
So how does the online work? Is it just matchmaking?
Basically, we could open this game up to be for friends only or just public, and people would just go in a quick match and say, I want to play an Act 1 on normal mode, and there's like 3 different modes you can play on top of that, like either Monster Slaying, which is general question, or there's something called Key Warden, which I'm not really sure what is, but I mean it's high level activity. And there's also Brawling, which is player versus player, I think. At least I don't know what capacity player versus player is, but and you can choose which type of match you want, and then it can put you in one that's open to public. So it's kind of matchmaking, but not thoroughly.
The leveling so far seems a tiny bit slower than Diablo 2.
What was the level cap?
Oh god, it was 99.
Wow, that's maybe why it's only 60 here.
Yeah, I'm definitely
I know in the Ascent again, the Reaper of Souls expansion pack that's banned, it's going to go up to 70.
Right.
I think. I say I
Well,
know.
I guess if they start at 60, it makes it a lot sort of easier for them to sort of sell expansions. You know, like adding
Well, that's
10
right.
more
And
levels.
let's face it, they did 60 with Warcraft. Maybe they
Yeah.
just like 60 as a number.
Well, Diablo inspired Warcraft, Warcraft inspired Diablo.
Yeah, because when a lot of people, like, when they heard they were doing an MMO, thought it would just be Diablo, like in an open world.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people were like, oh, it's not like you don't destroy hundreds of monsters, it's all one-on-one type fighting. Well, if you had like literally Warcraft acting like Diablo, there'd be no monsters left for anybody to fight. Oh shit! What's walking there?
Yeah, like I said to you before, Ben, I mean, I remember trying out Torchlight on the Xbox, and they had some big problems to slow down the frame rate.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Did they even bring Torchlight 2 to the console?
No, it was just Torchlight 1. I think they realised.
Mind saying that, they didn't even bring Torchlight 2 to Mac. So, and I think that was one of the things they originally said they were going to do.
I heard a lot of good things about Torchlight, actually.
I bought it in the chair. I bought it on the Steam sale just gone by.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good. It's a very good Diablo kind of
Well,
homage.
like you said before, a lot of people think it's the sort of spiritual.
Yeah, the spiritual successor.
Yeah, because it was developed by a lot of people who worked on.
Yeah, Runic Games is made up of a lot of people who made the original Diablo and
The
Diablo
music
2.
sounds very, very similar in Torchlight things.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more cartoony than Diablo, but still, it's good. But I personally, as somebody who doesn't game the meta game, I prefer this.
Yeah.
I think the combat's just a bit more interesting. There's one thing with Torchlight as well, is that it feels like it gives you a lot of abilities early on, like 2 or 3 abilities that feel really awesome early on, and then when you hit like the mid portion of the game or whatever, like once I hit like the mid 20s, I'm not sure how far in the game I was, but it felt like I stopped getting new abilities, and the abilities I did have were starting to get less impressive.
This burden is mine to bear.
Does Torchlight 2 start with the old dog and cat?
It has loads of things.
How does it?
I had a ferret with some flying goggles on.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's a stag, a panda. You can even get a mod that puts Claptrap from Borderlands in or something as a pet.
He would get to a 9, I think.
There's all sorts of different pets. I'm pretty sure the classes from the original make a return as well. Like not as playable classes, just as characters who turn up.
Yeah.
Because what was in the original? The Destroyer, who was like the barbarian style character. The oh damn, I don't actually know, but the Alchemist. Who was actually the villain of Torchlight 2.
again, like, as someone who doesn't really follow the story too much on Diablo, I'm not going to follow it. Unfortunately.
Well, I don't really know what the storyline of Torchlight was. Was it something like there was a dungeon in the Torchlight and ruled by a nasty dragon or something?
Yeah, because there was only one camp, wasn't there? It was just everything was up underneath it.
Yeah. Torchlight 2 is not like that. In fact, Torchlight 2 is almost a retelling of Diablo 2. To a point. Because like Diablo 2, you're chasing the mysterious stranger, or whatever it's called, and it's actually the main character from the first game who's been corrupted. Whereas in Torchlight 2, you're chasing the alchemist from the first game who's become corrupted by the house. You know what we're fighting, standing fighting here? There's actually pillars that we've got to destroy.
Yeah, I was just shooting them before. No.
Can't attack these pillars, I've got passive abilities.
I throw bats.
I didn't pick my bats back up yet.
Yeah, I like those little sort of like bonuses like Massacre and Destroying the Environment.
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's lots of nice little touches. I just hope the combat keeps going. And if you noticed, it almost happens kind of seamlessly to the point where the combat just feels a lot more hectic now than it did like at the early sections. There's a lot more going on. You expect to do a lot more.
There's a lot more destructible like sort of environmental.
Yeah, it eases you in to the point where you don't actually know what, like you can't really even tell it's happening. I do think the early parts of the game are maybe a little toned down,
Yeah.
but it's soon
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say,
by the end of
I'm
the
a
game you
bit
find so much
dismayed.
crazy shit.
This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery. Not fit for the
Spray
king
and
of
pray.
Conquest. I cannot
It's like having a
believe
gun.
why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
Oh. Oh god, this chair is terrible. Right, let's go.
Oh, Crypt of the Skeleton King.
Right, this is the first big boss, man. Oh wow.
You will never defeat me!
We might. It's been 5 or 6 times already. Oh shit. This might be a good chance before we try to certain things for me to switch my fire back. Zombie dogs always present and correct. There we go. Right, before we go into the fight, I'm switching to fire bats.
Oh, thank God! I thought I set up
Ooh,
a cutscene.
I've got a new ability, which means you probably have 10 horrors of the uninformed land fighting nearby. I don't want to do that. Fire bats though, that's I'm all over that
Yeah,
shit.
fire bats.
Fire bats, no, I'm going to keep my spiders. They're quite useful.
Yeah, the poison dart seems a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
In comparison. Right, what am I doing?
Yeah, next one up. There. Diamond skin, transform skin and diamond.
That's so much better than what I had before.
I think you like your Frost Nova.
I never used it.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did. Sorry, Frost Nova's the one of freeze, isn't it?
But if you go into a boss, that might be immune.
Good point. Oh, decisions.
You might as well try it out. I've not really played as a wizard, so I don't really know what it does. But...
All them rushes.
Oh, you ready? Big bad.
That must have been Diablo. That's something like Game of Thrones.
Oh shit! Yeah, watch this fucking swing. Fire bats. Oh shit! Are you a diamond skin?
Yeah, it's 10 on the board. It's not really that useful because I'm not like unless I'm being like ambushed by enemies, you know. Oh god.
Like that.
Yeah.
Fire bats. Oh, that's pretty cool, right? Whoa. Yeah, now you're getting battered by animals.
Sorry.
Yeah, it'll be your X button, yeah. Oh, it's on the cooldown. You might want to heal.
Yeah. Honestly, without that icon above my head, it's too much going
I know,
on
I
on
know.
the screen.
That's one thing, some abilities can only be used when they're in certain conditions, and sometimes it's quite difficult on the console version to tell them in conditions are met for icons to switch more.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they got patched in like a warning, like a visual warning.
Still waiting.
He's spawning in. Oh, nice! You frozen at the best moment there, Jesus Christ. He was probably done for us.
Can he roll? That's the question.
There. Oh no, he's just swimming.
Oh, that's really Oh wow.
He hits very hard if he gets get.
What?
Watch out for them ones with their shields. He seems to block. Oh god, that's a great block there.
The spirits aid me.
On each side. Oh shit. Look out. Actually, that fire bats is actually pretty cool once you get used to it. It's not a fire and forget ability, it's actually a channeling ability. Oh, you're channeling the shit out of it.
Oh,
Nice.
we're playing hardcore mode right now.
We should play hardcore mode.
We should. Add a bit of spice and proceedings.
I'd love to see how far we could get because I died at shit going like to fight being a dumbass.
I think you get complacent when you get like stuff like respawn.
Yeah, I think if you're fighting bosses you can't do, you have to beat them. Yes!
Diablo 2 experience coming in, just nick all the whole loot.
There's an orb. You want an
What is it?
orb.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens. What's that? In a bar of flight.
It's a crossbow. What's the staff thing? So you got the staff?
It's a harrow stem. It's like a sight, isn't it?
I don't know, I'll have a look.
I read one. Ooh.
That's a wand. You've
Oh,
got
wow.
Fatal Prestige.
Um.
That's much better than what you've got.
Yes, it is.
You can tell because you see the categories of the green arrows.
Oh right, yeah.
That tells you how if it's better than what you've got and how much better it
I'll
is.
see what the
That's even. That's. I think it's a trade-off really. The other one's better in other categories, like
Yeah.
all categories, whereas that's slightly more damaging. I'd go with the other one.
agree because I never really used the
You've got something on your head, but you've already equipped it. You've got nothing for, and you've got a new orb. It's pretty much the same, except that one gives you more the one you haven't equipped that gives you more magic find, whereas that one gives you more arcane power.
I'll just keep it. Although like it would benefit me more to have more magic find. I just want to kick more ass.
I don't think that's you done.
Yep. What the hell was that?
I was trying to steal the last thing. Nice. Right, sorry, I'm still looking at my
It's
instrument
alright.
now.
Just shooting in a circle.
There we go. Oh, I've got a rune from the spiders. Summon jumping spiders. Oh shit, things are getting serious now. Soul Harvest. Speed on life force of the enemies to increase intelligence. Oh nice, we've got a Y ability now. Have you got a Y ability? Yes, you have.
Yeah.
shit does that do?
Command the elements to damage and knockback enemies.
Oh, so it's a knockback.
Nothing else here? No runes?
Yeah, button. Your electricity fingers.
Alright, nah, I prefer my.
What does it do? Slay enemies explode and electrocute enemies. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's actually one thing I just realised that we've just defeated the Skeleton King. And we've been going for nearly 2 hours.
Have we?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I know. It's crazy, man. So yeah, do you want to just call it there?
No, we can do.
Yeah, so this has been just a couple of minutes
Yeah,
with
just
Diablo 3 console edition. So yeah, I've been playing the Witch Doctor and I've been playing the Wizard, and that's kind of the opening section of Diablo 3. Things do get progressively more interesting as we start building more power. As you can see, we're just starting to get more and more abilities. Our characters are actually starting to look a bit fancier as well.
Yeah, quick question. Do you know if there's any difference between this and the PlayStation 3 and so on?
No, I don't think there is. Not that I've heard. I understand that the PlayStation 3 comes with a lot more pre-order goodies. I say pre-order goodies. All these goodies seem to be available with all first print editions. I haven't actually used mine yet, but I think you get the collector's edition Angel Wings that were on the PC version. And you also get a helmet, like a special helmet that gives you added experience and magic find. I just haven't bothered to use it yet. But yeah, so because I really enjoy this game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm impressed by the first ones.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing a review for this. But that's for now. That's